We got some pretty encouraging injury updates today, Jesse, from Torey Lovullo. At least he sounded encouraged. In fact, I don't know if encouraged is the right word. Torey's up in the middle of the night checking WebMD and Google about these ailments, just like the rest of us are. And he thought that things for Paul Sewald were maybe going to look a little worse than they did. Turns out Paul Sewald is already progressing fairly nicely on this injury.
He is, yeah. Torey told us today that Sewald threw out to 60 feet today and was asymptomatic, which is big news. Like, if you're a relief pitcher, you don't really have to build up for all that long because you're only going to be throwing like one inning, right? It's not like you have to go from one inning and then, 5 days later pitch 2 innings and so on and so forth. I don't think that Sewald is going to return in 2 weeks or anything because of this, but I do think that him being asymptomatic at this point and already getting out and starting a throwing program, that's significant. I mean, if that is the case, which it is, that leads me to believe that Paul Sewald is going to beat the 2-month estimate that we put on this at the beginning. It's going to be a little while before he throws a bullpen, before he throws off a mound. Those are things that he's still going to have to thresholds he's still going to have to cross. But yeah, at this point, absolutely good news for the D-backs.
And that's not the only person that he kind of discussed. It sounds like everybody is fairly close. We know Jordan Montgomery is going to start here in Reno shortly and is kind of on pace to join the Diamondbacks by the end of this month.
Yeah, April 19th is the day that Jordan Montgomery gave to make his first Diamondback start. So if he starts on Sunday, as Torey told us, then that would line him up. He would make one more start for the Reno Aces after that one, and then his next start would come with the Diamondbacks. But it is interesting to me because from what Jordan Montgomery told us the other day, it sounds like he was already at 5 innings, 75 pitches. Like, he was already trying to put himself in a position where he could sign with a team and just immediately be inserted into their starting rotation. Mm-hmm. It seems like he understood that teams weren't really going to want to do that. The D-backs are going to want to go through and, coach him up and make sure that he knows their pickoff plays and all that stuff. I think that's part of the work that he's doing in AAA right now.
Sure.
It's not, that's only a little over 2 weeks away at this point. So Jordan Montgomery is right around the corner.
Well, and Torey has said it a lot of times about pitchers, but there's nothing like seeing an actual live hitter that's actually competing against you, not just on the backfields, not just a simulation game or anything like that, just a real actual opposing team and opposing hitter that's trying to, hit the ball you're throwing, right? So I imagine that with Montgomery missing, his spring and all of that, it's just a matter of getting him in there against some real opponents at this point. Plus it's Reno, so it's not going to be easy. It's not like he's going to go out there and mow down guys. Like, it might be difficult, especially if he's if he's pitching at home.